Let's talk about who's doing good in our neighborhood. Doing Good in the Neighborhood is sponsored by Pulling for Veterans, a nonprofit that educates the public on PTSD. You can help educate the public by renting one of their trailers, starting at just $1 per hour. The trailer is filled with information about PTSD and how to help. Plus, each trailer honors a vet and acts as a rolling memorial. For more details, go to pullingforveterans.org. Pullingforveterans.org. All right, I got a chance to chat with Karen Yoho, who is our current and outgoing president of the Board of Education. And here she is. At 401 North Market Street, I'm with Karen Yoho. Let's kind of go back. Are you from this area?
Well, 43 years in Frederick County when my son was born. I'm originally from Nevada.
What is happening today? Obviously, my system is responding just like I am to today as far as, oh goodness, somebody's at my door. Hang on a second. We're at 401 North Market Street. I'm with Karen Yoho. Let's kind of go back. Are you from this area?
Well, 43 years in Frederick County when my son was born. I'm originally from Nevada, moved a lot as a kid because my dad was a scientist. And,
wow.
So that's a whole other story. But yeah, I met my husband in high school, and then we moved to Frederick County when our son was going to be born. So
really, what made you choose Frederick County?
We went to Damascus High School, so it was not that far.
Okay, so you were, okay, very good, very good. And when you got here, what was it that you guys loved about Frederick?
Well, to be completely honest, coming from Montgomery County, no, we didn't at all. I joke about Monrovia because it's right over the county line. So it was close to my in-laws. My parents were in Boyd's at the time, so it was still very close. And I joke that Monrovia was the location for all the Damascus High School people that were in the witness protection program, because a lot of us
everybody went one place.
Yeah, it was cheaper. It was just cheaper.
Sure.
But you know, I could talk for a long time about what's so great about Frederick. And yesterday I was at the 10-year anniversary and just, you know, like Brad Young when he was giving his proclamation to them, and he said, he just listed a whole bunch of, well, they're all partners with the school system.
Right.
And it just, people say this all the time, and when you only live here, like, is it really true? But then they'll go somewhere else and they'll say, no, it really is true.
Yeah.
It's a caring community.
It is a very caring community. So when you came here, what job were you doing then?
Stay-at-home mom.
Okay, that's a big job.
Yes.
That is a big, unpaid, tough job. Yeah. And so you raised your son, just one son?
No, I have a son and 2 daughters.
Oh,
and so I was the Girl Scout leader, the Cub Scout
taxi
leader.
driver.
Yes. And the softball coach for youth, and the PTA president. And that's really probably what gets me on my trajectory to where I am today.
Okay, yeah, because typically that's what happens, right? You get involved and you start to go, wait a minute, like, how can we affect change?
Right.
And I love and so appreciate people like you who say, well, let's change it, or let's do something about it rather than just complaining about the way things are, right? Because that doesn't do any good for anyone. So what did you see that led you to want to run for, was Board of Education your first kind of thing for Ray?
Well, after my kids all got in school, I had a teaching degree. I went to college, traditional age, but I had stayed home.
Yeah.
But then I did teach in Frederick County schools for 25 years, elementary, 3 different elementaries.
Oh, wow. Okay, so that really kind of led to that. I see. Yeah.
And while I was with PTA, I was PTA president 3 different times, helped open Windsor Knolls Middle School, Urbana High School, and I learned a lot about construction, first of all, how school construction is so hard to understand. It's so counterintuitive.
It is.
But being part of it, you learned a lot. Look at developments that were approved 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, if they'd stayed giving us the money 20 years ago, they'd be saying, hello, you built a school, there's nobody in it.
Yeah.
We could probably find kids to go.
I think so. I think
But
so.
yeah, that's, and you have to justify, and then there are colors of money. If you look back at our January, I think, meeting, the county executive came with Janice Spiegel, who does school construction for the county, and they showed how you can't spend every pot of money for every kind of construction.
Yeah.
So it's
no, I get it.
incredibly
I know it's very
complex.
Yes. I know.
And there's just
all
not enough
are.
money.
Yeah.
There's just not enough.
Yeah.
So
Which is, it seems shocking when you think that the budget is almost $1 billion. And you think in our little town, and I still feel Frederick is a little town. I mean, it's just the charm of that. But that seems shocking.
We have two budgets. We have operating.
Yeah.
And we have capital.
Gotcha.
Capital is when you have
fields and buildings.
Well, the buildings. I was going to say you can have
lights.
some smaller projects that will go under capital, but under operating.
Right.
Most of the things that have to do with school construction go under capital.
Okay, so you taught.
Yep.
And then you said, I'm not done trying to affect change.
And I got very involved with the union. Blame it on my parents. I'm a joiner. There's a job, fine, those kind of people. And so I got involved with the union, and I've always liked politics. I mean, even in 1980, when I was pregnant with my son, I'm standing at the Montgomery County Fair, handing out literature for an independent candidate back there, John Anderson, for president. And so I was always interested in politics. And so I got on the Government Relations Committee. And so for many years, I helped with endorsement process and helped on a lot of campaigns, and so saw it from that side, which was very valuable. And I said to my husband a few years before I retired, I said, someday I'm going to run for school board.
Oh, okay. And so you had the seed, you knew it was there, you had, because you got to see it from the backside, right? And so you saw, valuable. Hey, I know what needs to happen in order to be successful.
Yeah.
What was it like running for an office like that?
I was even one of the union people, she would try to tell people, it's a hard job. I'm like, it's been so much fun. And she's like, don't listen to her. But I had just come out of the not even come out of the classroom. I was campaigning while I was still working for the primary. And I got to run with Brad Young and Jay Mason and Camden Rayner. And we got along. And in the system, teachers had been used to voting for me because you run to be a delegate to the national conference and the state conference. And I always did well with the votes between my kids and me and committees and things. So a lot of teachers already knew my name. So that gave me a solid base. Running with Brad Young, Yoho Young, brought us to the bottom of the ballot. People were already there for him, and Yoho. So it was almost ideal. It really was.
Now, how long is your term? I mean, do you run again, or
I'm in my second term.
That's right. You're in your second.
They're 4-year terms.
In 2 years, you finish.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And now we have just had the election. I think they've just certified it, which means you have 3 new people joining.
Correct.
So the way I understood it when I interviewed all of them is it shifts 4 and 3.
Yes.
Positions every 2 years. And so you have Jamie Brennan, Colt Black, and Janie Monnier.
Yes.
I love I love her. I think she's going to be great. How is that when you have new people coming into the board and maybe some differing ideas? How have you found that so far?
To the staff, and having been 25 years on the staff side, always unsettling.
Okay.
Fear of the unknown. You just don't know. And around the state, with our state organization, MABE, Maryland Association of Boards of Education, we lost 3 people so far, 4 with possibility of another one just on the executive board. So that's a lot of turnover. And so sometimes there's a lot of turnover, sometimes there's not. This time, 3 candidates, the 3 previous seat holders, none of them chose to run again.
Gotcha.
So we knew it would be 3 new.
Okay.
That at least was one known. But we're setting up. We've got a retreat planned. I've sent a welcome email. The superintendent did the same. Our executive assistant has been in touch with all of them, and now they'll start to feel really overwhelmed because it's a lot right away. But we have a retreat planned in December, and we'll just start to get to know each other.
Absolutely. So. What do you think is next for you after your term is finished?
I've already made it public that I'm not running again.
Yes. Okay.
And
so you could run.
Yes, we don't have statute of limitations.
There's no.
Other counties have that.
Okay.
And of course, county council has 3 terms, county executive has 2. Right now, Board of Ed in Frederick County has none. It hasn't been a major problem. There's been enough turnover.
To keep things fresh and changing and
So I guess if that gets to be, you always have legislation reaction to things, right? But it has not been a problem for us. I mean, we've only had elections since 2002, I believe. Before that, it was all appointed boards.
Okay. So that's why, that's, I moved back here. 2007 I moved back. So would have already been election.
And my big concern with elected school board, I wasn't actually in favor of it at first because I was afraid nobody would run. Well, 16 candidates 2 years ago, 17 this time. That is not the issue.
I think we're good. And it's great. It's great that so many people want to step up and have an impact on the future of the children and our system. I think that's always good. Even though it may be unsettling, hopefully it's exciting at the same time, and that people bring in fresh ideas and maybe try to affect change that way.
Absolutely.
So not running again. What next? Are you gonna relax?
I kept saying, well, by then I'll be 70. My husband will retire. He has his own little electrical business, commercial contracting. It's right now just him, and he kind of hires some temp labor when he needs help. I don't think he's going to be ready to retire. He said about a month ago, what am I going to do if I'm not doing my job? So I think as long as he likes it, he'll keep his hand in. I wanted to start doing some traveling.
I was just going to say.
Yes, isn't that what everybody did? And I'm actually going with 2 friends to Japan in April. So I'm excited about that.
That's exciting.
But I'm in Leadership Frederick this year, and I would love to get more involved with nonprofits.
Yes.
So that's kind of what I see myself doing.
I 100% would see you doing that. We talked a little bit about SHIP celebrating their 10 years, City Youth Matrix. You were introduced through the Impact Club.
Yes,
and if you guys, we've been talking about it on the show, but if you don't remember, Impact Club is really collective giving. It is really crowdsourcing funds in its purest way.
Yeah.
It's grown so much. I think you guys have like 300 members, 400?
I think it's up to 400 members.
Yes. So you guys all commit to contributing once a quarter, a certain amount.
$100 a quarter.
And then that's so affordable. I really need to join.
Yeah.
I really need to join.
Yes.
And then once a quarter, you have 3 nonprofits who come and pitch to the group, and the group votes.
Yeah.
And then they get the money.
Yes,
so
an amazing amount of money.
Yeah.
So
that money for some of our organizations really changes the trajectory of what they can achieve. And even the non-winners get a pretty decent stipend for just showing up and taking the time and pitching. And like you said, it's a great way to hear from either the board or the presidents or the people who are affected by those organizations and those stories.
Amazing.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. All right. Well, then I think the next time we have you back, it's to hear about Japan. I can't wait to hear all about it. You'll be the travel girl then next. Well, look, I appreciate the time so much. It's been so great to get to know you a little bit more. And I know you guys would feel that way too. And we thank you so much for watching. Oh, yes. We thank you very much. That was really fun. It was really great to get to know her. All right, coming up on tomorrow's show, I've got Gina from the AR Workshop, new owner on East Street. If you've never been to the AR Workshop, I think it's time we do that. Let's do a group thing and go there. And then I've got Monica Pierce live from 10th Ward to talk about her special events going on there over the next couple days. Hopefully we'll have Bob back, but we'll have Chris, of course, from WFMD's Morning News Express. And of course, we're going to talk about all the events coming up for the weekend. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day, and let's get out there and let's be great, Frederick. I know you can do it. I can do it. You